Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to my channel, I Heart Stitching. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly video tutorials, and today I'm going to show you how to clean your sewing machine. I'm going to be demonstrating with my Juki here, but I'm going to be talking a lot about principles that you can apply to any sewing machine. So the first thing that you really need to have is your manual. This is my Viking manual for my other smaller machine and my Juki manual. This is going to show you and tell you exactly what you need to do to clean your specific machine. So I'm going to talk about general things you need to do to keep your machine working properly in the regular maintenance, but really check your machine manual for any other details. The biggest thing that you need to keep track of when you're cleaning your machine is the lint buildup especially when you're quilting or as you're sewing. Lint and things can build up under the feed dogs here, so that's going to be the big thing I'm going to talk about. I'll also show you how I oil my machine. A lot of machines don't need to be oiled, but again, check your manual for that. So most of the time when you buy a sewing machine, it comes with some accessories. Usually comes with one of these little lint brush guys. Comes with a screwdriver, something that looks, sort of like this. So these are going to be the things that you need for cleaning all the lint out from underneath the faceplate. So let's get going. I'm going to show you all the steps on how to clean your machine. Okay, so the first thing, you want to make sure your machine is turned off, and then go ahead and unscrew your faceplate. This is called the faceplate where I'm taking it off. Make sure you keep track of your screws and all your little parts. You could take your presser foot and your needle out if you need a little bit more space to maneuver around in there. This is also a great time to change your needle. Here is my machine all nice and linty under there. And you want to just use your lint brush and make sure you clean all of the parts of your machine underneath. Especially, you can see all these little dust bunnies and things built up underneath that faceplate. So you want to make sure to get rid of all of that. My manual also says you can use a vacuum if you have, like a real small vacuum, but it says not to use compressed air. So I have never really used a vacuum. I just use the lint brush. If I do this often enough, I find that, it works just fine to do it that way. Make sure you take your bobbin out, your casing, and just get down in there and get all that lint out. The lint can get caught in the gears, it can get stuck on your needle as the needle is going up and down between the fabric, and so it can cause problems, which is why you want to keep that under control. Make sure you clean out your bobbin casing. Sometimes there can be some lint buildup in there, so you want to make sure that that's nice and clean. And then also on my machine and on my Viking as well, there is a little door underneath the machine where you can get another angle on all of that lint. So open up that little door, or in some cases you might have to unscrew the bottom and just get underneath all those gears and finish getting all of that lint out. Replace that, flip your machine back up. Be really careful when you're doing this. My Juki's really heavy. Next, I'm going to oil my machine. This is following my manual instructions, and I'll show you kind of a picture of that. A lot of machines don't need to be oiled, so you may have, my Viking does not, so you may have a machine that does not require it being oiled. So the Juki needs to have a little bit of oil placed in that bobbin case underneath, and so then I'm just going to replace my faceplate. And we're all good to go on the insides of the machine. I recommend doing this, every big project, every couple of weeks. Now I'm oiling all the little, there's a couple of spots on the machine. I'm putting 2 drops of oil. The Juki needs to be oiled about every 8 to 10 hours of sewing. But like I said, my Viking does not. So this is where you're going to need to check your machine. I'll put some resources below of some places where you can buy some sewing machine oil if you purchased a machine on Craigslist or something like that. The biggest thing, keep your lint under control. Check your manual. Here is where it shows how to oil the machine, my Juki, and then here is how to clean my Viking. Okay, so that is how you clean and maintain your sewing machine, at least in general. The biggest thing you want to keep in mind is keeping that lint under control that can get underneath those feed dogs. That's the biggest thing. And you want to do this about, depends on really how much you sew. Every big project I try to do that. Same thing with changing out your needle. Every new big project I change my needle. That is a common problem of tension being funny on your threads and things like that. So it's a good habit to change your needle often and to just keep the lint under control, because that could save you a big headache later on down the line. So let me know if this was helpful for you. Comment below if you have any questions. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.